All right, this is the moon in Sagittarius in the fourth house. Uh, you know, higher education, close to home, takes place close to home, uh, and related to the world of money, because Sagittarius is, um, you know, it's the natural lord. The sign that occupies the ninth house of higher education is coming down to the fourth house of home. So that's where a lot of your higher education takes place. And I say in money, um, because Moon rules the 11th house of liquid assets, capital gains, and all these kind of things, like finance, commerce, business, economics. Like, so, an example, you might get um, a bachelor's degree of science in economics at some probably some prestigious college, because that's what Sagittarius is. It's a I don't want to say dignified sign, but it's about, man, I want the best things in life. It's an affluent sign. Like another thing, um, you feel highly about your inner self, deep inside, and about your family. So, for example, if you were born in Queens or Brooklyn or something like that, Bronx, as soon as you get the money to do it, as soon as you're able to do it, you'll move to Manhattan. Like, okay, so we dignified now. We're not dignified, just affluent, highly high. You know what I mean? Uh, these just feel like the importance you have on yourself and your inner inside, deep inner self, and of your family and home life is inflated like Jupiter. You might invest in real estate while still in college. Um, um, Expands company, real estate options closer to home. Donald Trump has this. Need I say more? You see, um, his moon period was from, oh shit, from, I had it written down somewhere. Uh, I know it was from the year 1960 to 1970. And that's when he was getting his schooling. He was going to a lot of schooling at home, near home. And, while he was still in school, he started getting into investing in real estate. That's what happens here. And you want to expand, especially when moon comes, you want to expand the real estate, expand the family real estate business. Emma Watson. Emma Watson has this. So I noted that you may have, it requires travel because perhaps mom and dad got separated. What I mean by that is, it can show that for you, home is not one place. You might have to travel to, from place to place. Like, you don't stay in one place. Like for her, the divorce thing. Those parents where, like, the mother will have the child during the weekday, and then on the weekend, the child goes to the father's place. That's what happens. And if you know the order of the dasha periods, sun is first. So um, when she was all the way up until she was about 5, I believe she was, or 3 or 5, she was, with her father a lot. Then once they divorced and her moon period started, moon is the mother, she started spending more time with her mother. And Sagittarius is there. So that distance right there, that traveling has to happen. And then the fourth house is home. So this home is never one place where these kind of things can happen. You had to keep moving and travel these long distance. She had to ride from, because they're from Paris, and one parent stayed in London and the other one stayed in I cannot think of it. Oxfordshire, England, and this is a 60 kilometer trip. That's not a short distance trip to, you know what I mean, to travel home to home all the time like that. So during that period, that was really switched on. That was activated. Um, you might have a big family, and that's noting Sagittarius, uh, influence on the fourth house. Um, because Sagittarius is large. It wants is where house it is. Those things are going to be large. So you might have a large family. Emma Watson. She's the oldest of seven of them. And then finally, um, I wanted to know Sharon Stone has this, and during her moon period, which was from 1999 to 2000, uh, she spent a lot of time like in and out of relationships. And what I'm getting to is, I observed that when you're going through moon, like any house, any planet, when you're going through that time period of that planet, the Lord that planet sits in, and the house and the planets that sit with it get turned on. They get activated. For example, Moon in Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter. Her Jupiter is in Scorpio, and it has the North Node, Rahu, with it, and Neptune, if you use Neptune. And she has a Virgo ascendant, which means her seventh house is ruled by Neptune. That's why I said during her moon period, she was in and out of a lot of relationships. See, Neptune rules the seventh house, Pisces there, of relationships. Neptune sits with Jupiter, which is the lord of the moon. So you see what I mean by how, when you run into a planet, that planet's lord and any planet sitting with it get activated. I'll give you another example, the same thing. Again, she has Rahu. She has the North Node with Jupiter. Rahu does not do well in Scorpio. Yeah, y'all, most people probably know it's debilitated. It does its worst in Scorpio. And Scorpio is the reproductive system. So she found out. I don't know if she was diagnosed or not, but it came to the light that she had autoimmune disease and endometriosis. Endometriosis is basically where, uh, thank you. It's basically where the lining of the uterus that's supposed to be on the inside is on the outside, grows on the outside, and that is caused, astrologically speaking, by the North Node. Mainly, Rahu is toxic. Again, it doesn't do well in Scorpio, and it's sitting with the Lord, the ruling planet of the moon. So when that moon came, Rahu switched on and was influencing that Jupiter. They sitting right next to each other, and then you got the Neptune. So you're in and out of relationships a lot, and you suffer from this you could suffer from reproductive uh, issues and problems and things like that. You have problems with fertility. Moon is fertility, pregnancy, that whole thing, childbirth, all of that. It's one of the significators of that. And so that shows why that happened. You got that Rahu right there. It's really irritating that Jupiter, so it made it hard for her to have children. She's adopted. Like, I don't know, 3 or 4 kids. But yeah, just wanted to get deeper into it and make the videos more interesting and more insightful. Peace.